Hi everyone, my name is Sitinee Sheffert, and today I'm going to be talking about kindness through crafting. Be somebody who makes everybody feel like somebody by the Kid President. This quote embodies the mission of Giving Artfully Kids and the program that I started. And I'm so excited to share with you today of how you can use crafting as a way to help your kids spread kindness and help others. My name is Sitinee Sheffert. I'm a wife and a mom of 5. I'm an entrepreneur, blogger, and speaker, and I founded Giving Artfully, which is a platform that connects crafters with volunteer opportunities, and Giving Artfully Kids, a program that uses crafting to teach kids about spreading kindness and inspiring others. I've been fortunate to be a TEDx speaker, as well as a guest blogger on blogs like Scary Mommy, Thrive Global, YFS Magazine, and also have been featured in Forbes. What we'll be covering today is the Kindness Through Crafting project, where I'm going to be bringing on my daughter to help us out, and then talking about the benefit and impact of kindness, as well as tips to crafting with kids. So I'm going to switch over here, bring Sosie on so that we can talk about a kindness crafting project that you could do with your kids. Hi, I'm here with my daughter, Sosie Sheffert. You want to say hi?
Hi.
And Sosie is one of my 5 kids. She is number 3. She's 10 years old, and she is a big part of Giving Artfully Kids. She is my crafter. She loves to join all our classes. And again, just as a reminder, Giving Artfully Kids is a program where we use crafting as a way to teach kids about spreading kindness and helping others. And so Sosie right now is busy working on craft that we're going to be showing you in a little bit. But before we start, I wanted to kind of just talk to Sosie about kindness and what that means to her as a 10-year-old girl right now. So to you, Sos, what does it mean to be kind to others, or what does kindness mean?
I feel like kindness means giving and doing nice things for other people, even though like maybe they didn't do something to you, but you can just do a kind act to them and that would make their day and your day too.
And that kind of leads into my second question is, how do you feel when you do kind acts or when you receive kind acts from people?
I feel so happy that I did something that makes other people happy because I just like making people happy.
So Sosie has been part of Giving Artfully Kids right from the beginning. I started this program back in 2014, and actually I remember specifically when this idea came. My 2 older kids who are not here in this video, they were collecting money for the Red Cross after a hurricane, and they collected $40. We had set up a table during Halloween, and kids were donating money as they came by trick-or-treating. And the kids raised $40, and it was pretty cool that they were able to do this. It was spur of the moment. You know, they decided they wanted to do it after they were done trick-or-treating. But what I realized was, even though they were so excited about what they did, they didn't quite realize the impact they were making. And I think it has a lot to do with age. Children don't quite understand the value of money. But fast forward a couple months, we were working on some crafting projects that we were making these blessing bags to give to people in need. And the kids were like, wow, I just made this bag that I decorated and I filled it with basic necessities. And then when we gave it to someone, they saw the reaction of what the recipient had. And they realized that this item that they made with their hands, their energy, their time, they understood the value of that. They understood the importance of what it was that they were making, and that they made a difference in someone else's life. They saw that smile, they saw that gratitude, the appreciation. And that's when that light bulb moment went off for me, saying that, why don't we use more crafting projects to teach kids about the importance of kindness? So Sosie, being my crafter from a young age, she loves to help out with she's like my guinea pig to see what projects work, what projects don't work, what's kid approved, and then also the kindness component of it too. So she's very active in helping spread the kindness of giving the projects away. So we're here today because just wanted to show you how simple it is to do certain crafting for good projects, and then just kind of show you some other examples that we have. So Sosie, should we start with, you want to show them what we're making first, or do you want to show them examples of what we have?
I'll show them what I'm making first. So I'm making kindness jar. It's where you can, when like you see a kind act, you can write on a piece of paper and then put it in here, or like you can do it just with your family, like do kind of like a challenge, like where like um where like every day they pick a note, like their parents would write it in there. They would pick a note and it would say like open the door for someone, and they would open it, and then they could like check that off, and then at the end of the week they'll see how many kind things they got done, and then they can just keep doing that every week.
That was a great explanation. So, so what Sophie was explaining is there's two ways to do the kindness jar. So first we'll explain it, and then we'll go into the directions of how to make it. So here is actually a finished kindness jar that we made. Sorry, Sophie made. And then, so first, one way that you could use a kindness jar is anytime that your kids witness a kind act, or if they a kind act is done to them, they will write it on a piece of paper and then fold it up, put it into the kindness jar, and have everybody in your family do that. Every day, try to have at least one piece of paper put into your kindness jar so that that you and your kids are more intentional about witnessing kind acts or doing kind acts. The second way Susie was talking about was you can fill your jar with a lot of pieces of paper from the beginning and kind of make it the kind acts jar. So for example, I could put in smile at somebody. Give me another one.
Open the door.
Open the door. Pick up your room without being told.
Do laundry. Do what's called? Oh, dishes. Empty the dishwasher. And just do kind things to other people.
So basically fill your jar up with a lot of different kind acts, and each day just have your child pull out a piece of paper, read the kind act, and that's what they have to do. So two ways to do the kindness jar. A lot of the projects that we like to do is using recyclable items around the house. Hopefully you won't have to go and buy some of these items for this project. Is hopefully something that you'll have around the house. So these are kindness jars, and what we are using, I'll have this one that we're starting right here too, is just empty glass jars. So you could do anything from a mason jar. These are actually old spaghetti jars that we use, so we're recycling them. You'll need some sort of adhesive. So here we're using
Mod Podge.
Mod Podge, we love Mod Podge. And then to decorate it, Sophie, what are you using?
I'm using tissue paper.
So we took tissue paper and cut them into these little square pieces. Other great ideas that we've seen too is you can take wrapping paper. You could take magazine clippings, which is really fun because you could find powerful, kind words that you could put in here, like kindness. Got one, another one?
Kindness, happy.
Joy.
Oh, kind.
There we go. And then you could just decorate your jar with that too. So I think when you have your kids involved in making this, they will want to participate more into it too. And then the other thing that you could do to make it fun is with the pieces of paper that you drop in, you could create a template where you can make it fun, saying like my kind act, and then just have kids filling it out instead of just having a blank piece of paper. So Sophie, do you want to explain to us that it's really just 3 basic steps to decorating the kindness jar, right?
So the first step, you're gonna find a color that you want, and then there's 2 ways to do it. You can just put it on flat like I did up here, or you can crumble them up. Like, you just need to crumble them up like that. They don't have to be too small though. And then you're gonna take your Mod Podge, and then you can put it anywhere you want. I'm gonna put mine down here. I'm gonna just put like a dot of Mod Podge on there, and then I'm gonna place this right there. You're gonna maybe have to hold it on for like
a few seconds.
Yeah, just a few seconds.
And I love this bottom part because can you show it a little bit, the texture that it creates? It's really fun. And then you could create all different patterns. So she explained on the top, you could lay it flat. So I think the easiest way to do it is take a little section of your jar, paint the Mod Podge in, and then just layer your pieces of tissue paper on it, or as Sophie was explaining, the different little just scrunching up the tissue paper. Again, also, if you've got some magazine clippings, you could also put that on top of your tissue paper. My other daughter, who's not here right now, she is starting her jar right here, and she is going to take these little glass stones. I'm just going to grab one. Here we go. these little glass stones, and then she is going to glue them onto her glass jar. Might need to use a little bit more of a hot glue gun, but the creativity is endless. You could do so many things. I was thinking you could also do washi tape, the decorative tape. That could be really
I
fun.
was actually going to do that on the top there.
Oh, perfect. And so a lot of different ideas. And I guess the best part of some of these projects is, when I create these projects or when my instructors create them, we have an idea of what they are going to look like. But more often than not, the kids' creativity is amazing. There's so much, it turns out so much better. So a lot of times I'll do something, I'll have Stosie replicate it, and hers ends up being the sample that we use because so much more creative than what I would do. And she agrees. That's why she's laughing. So part of this, I just would love, Stosie, can you just tell them, how has crafting items like this kind of help you in understanding what it means to be kind?
It helps me because, like, when I was younger, I didn't know what this is going back, but I didn't know what you meant by donating and charity and stuff. So I made like some of this stuff, and it just made me really happy seeing the other person smile.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, even though I'm like 7 years old, I can make someone smile.
And actually, so we actually have kids as young as 4 years old in our classes making projects. Not necessarily, sometimes it's not necessarily giving it to an organization, but if they even do small projects where they give it to a grandparent or to a cousin, and then they see the reaction that people have from it, that affirmation is so huge in kids. They love to see that what they're making is appreciated, and so they want to continue making more and more of it. And for us, that was a big light bulb moment that we knew that our projects were working, because I remember during our classes, at the end of the class, the kids would ask us, what are we making next to help somebody else? So it wasn't always about me. Can I take this craft home? What are we making for me next? It was, what are we doing to help other people? So I really encourage you to start with some project like the kindness jar, because I think it can make a huge difference in the perspective that kids have right now, where things can be made for other people and can make an impact. So Sosie and I actually, do you mind if I stop you for a second here? Go ahead and put that last piece on. But we wanted to share some other ideas that we have been doing in our classes of other crafting for good projects, because hopefully this will get your mind kind of going of thinking other ways that you can use this concept of crafting for good with your kids. And again, I love this because it can start with kids as young as 3 or 4 years old doing something really simple. And we actually have an intergenerational program where we have people as old as 100 years old doing this. So I love the span that this could apply to so many people, and is again a tangible idea, a tangible concept that people understand. So I want to grab a couple projects just to share with you so that you understand, like, just kind of what we're talking about when we're talking about crafting for good projects. So this is a really fun one that we like to do.
Can I explain like what?
Yeah, just what it is and how we made it and what's the purpose of it. Who is it for?
So this is for the people in need, and so we have some.
What is it called? The
blessing bag. So we have some socks for them. We have some wipes so they can wipe their hands down and stuff. We have some tissues, and we have this card that.
Oh, let's see. Let's open it up.
Yes.
There. So kindness note that you can make for someone. So this one says, "You make me smile." So the basic idea is this is a bag that kids have taken, and to make it fun and crafty, we covered it with duct tape. And even though it's fun to make, it's also actually quite handy because it's durable and it's also waterproof. And what we do is we place basic necessities like Sosie was mentioning, and we have kids either donate it to a homeless shelter, or we have them keep it for themselves and with their parents work with someone to see who they can give it to. And this is a really neat project because oftentimes when the kids give this item to somebody else, they can see the appreciation because the person that receiving it, they're like, okay, what is in this bag? And they open it up and they see all these goodies that is so useful for them. It's greatly appreciated. And kids, the idea that they made that is really impacting other people's lives. This other project that we have, do you want to show them this one?
Yeah, I love this one. These are preemie hats, and we use, what's this?
It's a loom. So
yeah.
And this is one that we are just going to be finishing soon. Little loom. And I'll have to say, we had kids as young as 6, 7 years old able to do this project. It takes a little while, so it takes a little patience and persistence. So what we usually do is we have multiple kids. We'll start one in one class, and then we'll bring it to another class, and someone else finishes it. So it ends up being quite a cool work because many kids touch one hat. And so you want to show them the one that you have right there?
Yes. So my mom made this one a couple years ago, I think. And she made it for like the newborn babies. And yeah, they're just really, they'll make the babies probably smile.
It made the parents smile, but you know what? It's useful because babies' heads get very cold. So these little hats help them and keep their heads nice and warm. And it's a very tangible concept that kids understand. You know, hats keep babies warm, and when babies are born, it's kind of hard for them to keep their warmth. So this is why this has been a great project too. Along the same lines, here is, so you like this one too, right?
Oh yeah.
A great thing that you could do with kids are making crafting kits. So you want to show them this one that you made here? Oh, there you go. Oops.
So these are pipe cleaner people. And
what's it made out of?
It's made out of wood, pipe cleaners, straw, and you can use, what are these called?
Pony beads.
Pony beads. Yeah.
And so the idea that we have is the kids in the class, they make one, and then we have pre-made directions, and then the kids will actually put the unassembled pieces in here in a Ziploc bag, and these are crafting kits that kids have donated to children's and hospitals. And it's just another great tangible idea where the kids are like, oh, I just made this toy and it's going to make somebody else happy. So for us, it's just kind of reaffirming that things that you make with love and intention makes a difference in other people's lives. So I'm just gonna go through another couple quick ones. This was another fun one that we love making.
The snowman.
And what's this made out of?
It's made out of a sock, buttons, yarn, rice, and fluff.
Yeah, we have batting in here, and we actually have a little rice in there too, like you said. These were used as a present with the Meals on Wheels. So when Meals on Wheels delivered food for people who couldn't leave their homes, they also got one of our little sock snowmen. And again, just the knowing that this is going to put a smile on someone's face, and it's adorable. I love it, and the kids really enjoy making it too. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to share with you here, where'd it go? It's our little tic-tac-toe kits. So here, it's a little bag that the kids, we had some of these materials we did actually have to go to the store to grab. So we have a little bag.
And then you can use glitter glue or regular glue and then paint over it. But we used it to make a tic-tac-toe board. And then we just put it on what's this material called?
It's just any type of bag would work. Yeah. So we use a fabric bag. You could use a muslin bag.
And then we made little pieces out of those glass beads, and there's purple, and then there's blue.
And I think this is a fun thing where, again, we actually end up donating these with the crafting kits to children's hospitals. And a very simple project for kids to do, but again, very meaningful. So I wanted to thank Sosie here for helping me with this presentation, and that you got a sense of what the Crafting for Good projects are. We have loved running our program. We've touched hundreds of children all over the world, and it's good to know that these kids want to make a difference in this world, and they are making a huge impact. And as you could tell, my daughter, she understands it. She gets it. She knows that what she's doing is making an impact in the community and beyond. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to continue a little bit. I'm going to want to talk a little bit more later with some slides to show you about just kind of the importance of kindness and impact. But I wanted to first jump on with Sos just to show you what a Crafting for Good project looks like. So thank you so much, and then we'll see you in just a little bit. Thanks.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed that demonstration of the kindness jar and how a simple crafting project like that can be so impactful for our kids. And before we sign off today, I just want to talk a little bit about the impacts and the benefits of kindness and then some tips that you can do with your kids when you're crafting for good. So, to talk about the impact of kindness, as adults, we know that doing good for others with no expectation in return simply feels good. The kind acts improves our mood. It has been shown that helping people actually lights up the pleasure centers of our brain and releases endorphins. There's this positive loop in our mind when we are kind. It makes us happier, and happiest makes us kinder. Kindness also helps self esteem because it's focusing on the positive. We end up focusing on the good and takes attention away from the negative. So just imagine our children also experiencing these feelings, knowing that the more kindness they spread, how much better they feel about themselves and confidently walking around this world. Kindness also helps us see a world beyond themselves. Showing kids how their acts of kindness is helping others is showing them that there's a world beyond themselves. And when you show them that their impact can help the community or even beyond, it can be so inspiring. Being kind to others also shows that there's a bigger world and we're not alone. When you extend a gesture of goodwill, you're putting something positive into the world. So you're strengthening bonds and improving someone's situation, and in even a small way. Kindness is also a way for them to connect with others too. Whether it is a kind word or helping someone by opening the door, they are connecting with people in some way. And when they receive that affirmation of their good deed, it'll inspire them to continue. I know that the saying kindness is contagious. Well, it is very true. When you show kindness and compassion towards others, it sets a good example. And then there's always someone watching, even though when you don't think they are. And when they others see others giving back, they want to continue. So how often is it when you see someone doing an inspiring deed, do we feel compelled to do the same thing? Or think about simple acts of paying it forward, like when you go through a drive-through and someone pays for your coffee, you're compelled to want to continue that pay it forward kindness act. And it's really fun to see how long that goes on for. Some of the benefits of kindness. Through scientific studies, we've seen that kindness increases all these different areas. For example, first is the love hormone, or known as oxytocin. Witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, occasionally referring to as the love hormone, and this aids in lowering blood pressure and improving our overall heart health. Oxytocin also increases our self esteem and optimism, which is extra helpful when we're in an anxious or shy social situation. Kindness increases energy. In one study, about half of the participants reported that they feel stronger and more energetic after helping others. Many also reported feeling calmer and less depressed, with increased feelings of self worth. Kindness also increases happiness. A 2010 Harvard Business School survey of happiness in 136 countries found that people who are altruistic, in this case, people who were generous financially, such as with charitable donations, they were happiest overall. Pleasure, according to research from Emory University, when you're kind to another person, your brain's pleasure and reward centers light up, as if you were the recipient of that good deed, not the giver. This phenomenon is called the helper's high. And finally, serotonin, the feel good chemical. Like most medical antidepressants, kindness stimulates the production of serotonin. This feel good chemical heals your wounds, calms you down, and just makes you happy. So, overall, being kind, it decreases your anxiety, stress, and blood pressure, just makes you feel better about yourself. So, I encourage, let's just start helping our kids to spread more kindness and all these great health benefits that come with it. So, next, I wanted to share our 5 steps to engaging kids in kindness. This blueprint is what we built our program on, have found to be very effective in showing kids the importance of being kind and helping others. So, I'm going to quick walk through the 5 steps so that you can get understanding of kind of the steps that you need to go through when doing kids kindness crafting projects with your kids at the house. The first is the Impact Explorer. This is where you're going to research and find meaningful and engaging activities for your kids. We need to show how their actions are causing a positive impact on someone else's life. So, for example, collecting money for a charity or collecting canned foods for a food pantry, researching these different opportunities, or in this picture, making fleece blankets for kids in hospitals. Next is mindset. So it's so important to discuss who, how, and why we are helping people. We're helping children get into that mindset that giving is key and to understand what their impact are. So, for example, we like to read a book or watch a video about kindness or the organizations that we are helping before we start any projects with the kids in our classes. Next is engaging. This is engaging the kids in the process of giving, having them involved in the whole process. So, for example, if you're making homemade cards for children in the hospital or having a lemonade stand, have the kids help gather the materials, help them make it, and then actually deliver whatever the product is. So that they're involved in the whole process from the beginning to the end. And then the next step is the making a difference. Experience the effects of their actions, having them observe the reactions of the recipients of their kind deeds. Like when I was, Sophie was talking about the blessing bags and she was able to see the appreciation of the recipient. This will just reaffirm to the kids that what they're doing is important. It makes them feel good that to know that they have made something that is going to be brightening someone else's day and they'll want to continue doing it. And finally, the experience. Continue the kindness experience on a regular basis and not just making it a one time event. Read books or watch videos about kindness and helping others. Find simple kindness activities to do throughout the month. Just making sure, again, that kindness is a regular routine that you end up doing with the family. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at sitinee@givingartfully.com. And thank you again. I hope you're enjoying this parenting summit. It's so helpful right now when the world is not what we know of it, and just during these uncertain times. I hope that this has been helpful for you. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.